Hey, welcome everybody to the Epic Radio Show. We have lead singer of Diamonds and Whiskey, Jennifer Lauren, joining us a little later. I guess I'm a little out of practice. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on. This week we're going to talk about Easter and how one Florida woman was celebrating it. The corona-pocalypse and updates from that. Apparently, while we were gone, the Tiger King blew up. And Amy Schumer changed her baby's name. We also got crazy news, playing with balls, and much more. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime! From Epic Studios, Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Epic Radio Show. Let's get ready to make life epic.
Hey, welcome. Everybody to the Epic Radio Show. I am your host, Epic. That was pretty funny, though. I said diamond and whiskey. Like, she could only afford one diamond, apparently.
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Just one?
Just one.
No, I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us this morning. You could do anything you want on a Sunday morning, but you choose to listen to us, so we thank you for that.
Thanks.
We want to make sure you follow us and watch the show wherever you're at. So you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You could also view this show live on the epicradioshow.com. And if you have the Fire Stick, you can download from the Amazon App Store the Epic Radio Show app. We're also on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere in the world you listen to podcasts, we're probably there. To my left, usually, but he's not today, we have Chris Kettler, social distancing, looking like a creeper, and apparently some child's room. What's going on, Chris?
It's the guest room, man, at the house. This is actually we've recreated the bedroom from Big, is what we've done. And two twin beds, but it doubles as the office when we don't have guests.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So when you don't have child sex slaves.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what I'm joking. I'm joking.
For comedy, yeah. Got out of the child porn sex trade.
Does that say I love Taylor Swift
Oh my.
in the background?
It does, yeah. Somebody thought that was funny, I guess.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, someone did.
Right,
Oh,
right.
God.
And over here in the booth, we have the one they call Ashley.
Yay.
Hey, Ashley!
Woo. Yay, I'm
There
here.
she is, over there.
This
I'm
is
over here. Yay.
It's happening.
What's going on with you this morning?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm just here. Oh.
Yeah, just here.
Mhm.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm just here today.
What's
I'm
going
kinda-
on this morning? I mean, is this going through right? Did you
I mean,
check?
I could see stuff. I could see my
People can
face.
hear
I saw
us?
Chris's
Okay.
face.
Just double checking. What's going
I'm
on?
following it online. It's looking good, man. I can't hear it, but it's looking good.
Yeah, I hear it, but
Well, yeah, good. You turned it off, right? The sound? Yeah.
trying to see what's going on. Let's make sure all the stuff. is
And
doing
even
balance.
me and Ashley are social distancing on
Yeah, we are.
the she's got a glass between us.
Yeah, that's how I usually talk to him anyway.
Yeah.
So I usually
Yeah.
make
You're in
sure
the
there's a
She's
hand
kind of
on the
like
glass.
Hannibal Lecter right now.
No. I'm like, oh, no. Don't talk to me unless there's a panel of glass. Don't do that. I need to make sure I'm protected.
Yeah, that's
and
how
I'm
the
safe.
kids are going to talk to her when she murders me eventually.
Right. Like, say hi to Daddy.
Our first topic for today is Easter.
Easter.
Well,
that was
kind
last
of.
week.
I guess I messed that up already.
Yeah.
It's Easter though.
Easter though.
It's Easter though.
It's actually not
Easter.
Easter.
What is Easter?
Yeah, Easter. Yeah. I just want to know, like, basically, how everyone's Easter was. I guess we talk a little bit about ours. What did you do, Chris?
Did we talk about it?
Not a damn thing. I don't think.
Oh,
Actually,
man.
you know what I did? I'll show you what I did. I spent a little time, doing a little something because it's important to have distractions at this time, and the holiday was different this year. So I found a new pastime. I've been doing some arts and crafts.
Oh.
And that's macaroni elbow noodles.
Yeah.
With a plate, and we colored it. And that's how I spent my Easter, and it was quite enjoyable. So if you guys need something to do to pass your time, elbow macaroni in a paper plate, man, it's a great thing. And I gave it away as gifts for Easter as well for everybody. I hope nobody got sick from them, but they made wonderful Easter gifts as well, I think.
Very
That
nice.
was my Easter right there,
Good job.
Now, how
Chris.
many kids do you have again, Chris?
I claim 2.
Only
claim
2?
That's what I'm saying, okay?
Yeah.
I claim 2.
So were you like Johnny Appleseed back in the day? Just spreading your seed all around?
I'm not saying anything.
I didn't say
I
anything.
said
you're
he's still
saying,
Johnny
so
Appleseed,
I'm
right?
not.
Oh, man.
I'm back in Florida, I know that, so.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
Yeah. Well, I could tell you how this Florida woman, she celebrated it.
Oh.
How'd she do? Did she have elbow macaroni?
So for weeks, police were trying to track down this individual that was putting porn Easter eggs into people's mailboxes. So it was funny because whoever was doing it, they would put like a powdered drink mix, like Kool-Aid or Weiler's, 1 sheet of toilet paper, a fish-shaped cracker, and just like a little pornographic image.
Oh, just a little pornographic image. Just like
And
a little one.
they were trying for weeks to catch this woman, and they finally did catch up with her. And of course, she's from Florida.
Of course.
42-year-old April Castoni of Palm Coast. She was taken into custody. She was arrested after multiple calls were made to authorities regarding a female placing plastic eggs in mailboxes on Hernandez Avenue in Palm Coast. Officers patrolling the area saw a car that matched the description of the woman's vehicle and stopped it. She admitted to putting the eggs in the mailboxes, but said she was educating people.
Educating people about what?
There was a bag full of pornographic material inside the vehicle, and she told deputies that she had distributed over 400 pamphlets in the past few days.
Oh, wow. What's going on?
They cited the arrest report and said that Castoni made several incoherent statements and rant about the church and local clergy.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez. Yeah, so basically it was just kind of weird. Just
it was
all around. She was celebrating
Just celebrating Easter in a different way.
Easter like a true G, you know
Apparently.
what I mean? That's basically what that was about.
I was hoping I would get one of these eggs somehow, but obviously that didn't happen. Because I'd like to share it on the show with everyone, but
you want to share it on the show?
I'd love to share it. If I got an Easter egg like that, I'd share it on the show with everyone. Like, look at what I received for Easter. It was great. The best gift I ever got.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think the best Easter gift is?
That.
That. What do you think the best Easter gift is, Chris Keller?
Oh gosh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe a nice Bloody Mary. I don't know.
Bloody Mary. You are obsessed with Bloody Marys.
Or a rusty nail. I don't know.
A rusty
nail. Easter humor there.
Well, I thought Easter was about the rebirth, not the crucifixion.
Right.
The resurrection.
Well, to be resurrected, he has to be crucified, though, doesn't he?
I mean, he could have died from other reasons. He could have been trampled and still resurrected.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, man.
You know what's funny is I was talking.
Just to use the 2 drinks. You know.
I was talking to Jennifer Lauren of Diamonds Whiskey yesterday, and I had even mentioned that we don't talk about religion or politics on the show, and we've literally just did this whole topic about
I know,
Easter.
right? As soon as it's like, damn.
I don't know what the hell.
But it wasn't that in depth or anything.
No. We're not getting too religious.
You
look really confused, Chris.
Yeah. I don't know where we talked about the religion other than I made.
Other than that.
No, I'm just talking about that joke we just made. You know.
Easter.
About the crucifixion and resurrection. Jeez, man. Get with it, Chris. You're off for 2 weeks and you don't know how to banter with me? What the hell?
You need to banter. Say words that respond to his words.
Okay, I'll give it my best shot. It's just weird though, because it's not the room. I don't see you. You know, it's different.
It is different. We gotta adjust.
Hopefully, everything will be back to normal next week. We do have Jay Valg. He's going to join us a little later. With his segment called Playing with Ballz.
All time.
Haven't seen that.
All right.
Yeah. He's being a douche today.
Why?
Like always.
I was going to say, what's new?
I'm just like, what's he doing?
Well, I was just going to say he's being a douche today like every other day. But mainly because he was supposed to be on here too. And then he said, oh, well, it's going to be weird. To be on the show but not be there, and it's like, well,
you do
this
that
is what we're living in, son.
Like he does that for his call-ins. Like, why is it? He did that for a while when he worked, like that particular job.
Well, I know, like over the phone it's fine, but having a video on you, like,
it's like,
I don't get it.
Oh, so sorry. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand. I understand.
I'm trying to get this name tag for you, because it covered like half your body earlier. It did, like when it pops up.
I think I saw it, and then I'm like leaning back. Like, should I lean back?
Yeah.
Shit.
No, you don't have to lean back like Fat Joe.
Lean back.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've babbled enough.
I
think we
did. We did good for 15 minutes.
I do promise that the show will get better.
Once we get back into talking,
we're a little out of practice. Yeah, a little out of practice.
Me and Tommy do this all day.
But we're gonna take a break. When we get back, we're gonna have Jennifer Lauren on. We're actually going to be playing one of their songs during the break called "Muddy Water."
Woo-hoo.
So I hope you guys enjoy that. That'd be awesome. And we will be back right after this.
Right after this.
Right after
this.
Kick me when I'm down, but then wait to see if I'll hang around. Like a punching back down some dark blues where I've been hidden, nobody knows. And I'll hide the pain like the ground soaking in the rain. I'm a bounce back from heartache, come back kid. One you hurt, you wish you never did. Ha! Well, you can't see through muddy water, but I've done what I oughta. Didn't lash out, took the trash out. Oh, I'm gonna kill Lessons dealt, only trust myself. I've been deceived, crazy to believe. Manners dress up, even ugly fools. Thought I knew it all, she took me to school. Ha! Well, you can't see through muddy water, but I've done what I ought to. Didn't lash out, just took the trash out. Oh, I'm gonna kill him with kindness, don't let myself out. I'm a lady to my bones, gonna take this world all on my own. You know, grace and glass couldn't have bought her, but I learned to see through muddy water. Well, you can see through muddy water, but I've done what I ought to. Didn't lash out, just took the trash out. Oh, I'm gonna kill him with kindness, don't let myself out. I'm a lady to my bones, gonna take this world all on my own. You know, grades and class couldn't have bought her, but I'm gonna see through muddy water. Kick me when I'm down, but then wait to see if I'll hang around like a punching bag down some dark blows where I've been hidden, nobody knows, and I'll hide the pain like the ground soaking in the rain. I'm a bounce back from heartache, come back kid, one you hurt, you wish you never did. Ha! Well, you can't see through muddy water, but I've done what I ought to. Didn't lash out, just took the trash out. Oh, I'm gonna kill him with kindness, don't let myself down. I'm a lady to my bones, gonna take this world all on my own. You know, grace and class couldn't have bought her, but I learned to see through.
And welcome back to the Epic Radio Show. As you can see with me right now, lead singer of Diamonds and Whiskey, Jennifer Lauren. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you this morning? It looks like you got your guitar all ready to go.
I do. I'm using it as a prop. I don't know why I'm tired. I've just been quarantining, but it's I guess kind of early in quarantine time. I think I was talking to friends yesterday, and they were like, "I don't know how we're going to get up and go back to work in the mornings. Everybody's sleeping in."
Yeah. So how have you been weathering everything with the social distancing and the coronavirus?
Well, I'm bored out of my mind. Well, our fiddle player was in Russia visiting her family during this, so we didn't really have plans to get together too much during it anyway. But I've been writing and working on a new album. My guitarist and drummer and I have gotten together. Of course, we stay 6 feet apart,
Yeah.
and done a few live streams, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's been pretty boring.
Yeah,
Tried
because
to
you
push
guys
our
can't perform at all, right?
Right. Yeah. And we were planning on working on the album this month anyway.
Yeah.
So we weren't planning to play until May. And then
Okay.
we leave for tour in June. So it was just kind of luckily we did not have a lot of shows right now. We had plans to work on the album. So we're a little behind on some of that just because pre-production was supposed to start, but we haven't been able to get together as much. So but we're getting there. So that's kind of what I'm doing to get through quarantine. Just and I think a lot of musicians are writing right now. It's kind of the thing. So
Yeah, agreed. Also, so I was looking through your electronic press kit when Paige sent it to me and everything, and
mhm.
I also Googled you guys. um, Well, because I was interested. I saw a lot of reviews for your music, and when I listened to your music, and when I read the reviews, there was one phrase that stuck out to me that I really wanted to kind of dig in a little deeper with you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And it's dark country voodoo. So,
Yeah.
explain that term, and why do you think it's a great way to describe your music?
So dark country voodoo is a term. I don't know. My old guitarist and I, we were in Seattle. We were flying back, and someone had asked us to describe our music because it's not your typical country, and it's not rock and roll, and it's got like the swamp vibe. And we were talking, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, it's like dark country voodoo." I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like dark, it's country, but it's swampy." And so it kind of stuck. And so that's kind of how we describe it. It's dark, it's a little angry. I mean, you just listen to Muddy Water, there's a lot of angry songs on the album. I promise I'm sweet. But yeah, it's yeah, dark country voodoo just seemed to be the thing, and we had just left a tarot card reader when we were there. So we had went and seen the tarot card reader, and which I wrote a song about. It'll be on the next album called Dark Country Voodoo.
Okay, cool.
And so that kind of is how we describe our sound a little bit. It's dark. It's definitely country, but it's swampy and rock too. So something different. I think we've kind of created our own little sound. So
Now,
hopefully people are digging it.
I spoke with you a little yesterday, and I was interested in how the group came together, how you guys formed, and I thought it was interesting that not all of you have known each other, and you said that there were kind of people that were in the group and kind of left and whatever. Do you think that your music changes depending on who's in the group? Like, do you think that from when you first started and who you have now, do you think it has changed a lot?
Yeah, so in the beginning, and I had started this group in the beginning, and then Von Bury, who wrote most of these guitar riffs on that album, just amazing guy. He was pretty much my partner in this band for 2.5 years. And he came from Louisiana, so born and raised in New Orleans. And I think that's where we get that swamp vibe from. So he really inspired me as a songwriter. And while the meat of the songs I write, like he really added that flair, so kind of stuck in that vein, and he inspired me in that way. So I think we're still going to have that sound just because, you know, I learned from him, and that's kind of where I want to stay because I love it. But yeah, he's not in the group anymore. We now have pretty much our core group. I don't think it's going to change ever again. We may add people, but I don't think any of the ones I have are going anywhere. But Chris and Elena have been with me for a long time. Chris has been here since the beginning too. He's our drummer, and then Elena, has been with us for 2 years. The only new member that we have is Brandon Lambert, who we call Blam, and he is our guitarist, bass player. Definitely more country. So on this album, you might get a little more country flair because of that. But I think our overall sound is going to pretty much stay the same because I do, write the song. So it ultimately starts with me, comes from that. So hopefully we can maintain that swampy vibe because I really like that.
And right now you're actually nominated for you know what? Yes, Entertainer of the Year for the Carolina Country Music Awards. It's fan voted, so we are going to put the link. And actually, if you pull that up, Ashley, in Docs, when you see the bio, yeah. I left a link in there so you could copy and paste it.
Dokey.
And what you guys can do is you guys visit this link after the interview, obviously, and you join this group. And then once you're approved, you can vote for them. So I want everyone to do that.
It can be hard. It's kind of annoying, we know, but it's really important. We were nominated last year for it, and we won Single of the Year actually at the CCMAs. But I think we got like 5 different nominations. So this year we'll probably expect the same. But yeah, joining the group is the important thing. People are like, I can't vote, and I'm like, you got to join the group, and then she'll accept you, then you can vote. But it's cool to be a member of that group anyway because there's so many great artists in the Carolinas. I mean, look at the people that come out of here. Luke Combs, Eric Church. and we're playing with them, by the way, at the CCMF this year, the Carolina Country Music Fest. So, yeah, Carolina's got some great musicians, so we're happy to be a part of that.
Awesome. And you guys, like you were saying, you're working on a new album. Hopefully after this thing blows over with the coronavirus, you'll be on tour. But you are working on a new radio single for the summer called Sugar Stick. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's on our album now. It's the last song on our album. Yeah, Sugar Stick we're going to release for the summer. It's such a fun song. I'm super excited about it. There are actually tons of great songs to release off of Heartbreak Queen, but that's going to be our next one. It's a song about loving somebody that drives you up the wall.
Feel that.
Yeah, so it's one of those live with them or without them, sort of scenarios where you can't stand to be around them, but at the same time, you can't stand to be without them. so that's what it's about. I think the hook is that my mama says you're the devil's friend, but you're sugar on a stick. I want to lick it clean. So it's kind of dirty song, but,
yeah.
but definitely funny. A testament to my personality in general, because I just don't care.
Yeah, Diamonds and Whiskey. I was going to get to that. We talked a little, like I said yesterday, and I asked you, like, why Diamonds and Whiskey?
Yeah. So I'm two very different people. So I think yesterday you saw me for a second. So you got the no makeup and the rough look, which is my general, I grew up on 30 acres. I grew up in a garage working on cars, and we had tons of animals, and, so I didn't wear makeup, I don't think, till I was in my 20s. But yeah, I'm very much a tomboy, but then if you see me out, I'm probably wearing stilettos and like always dressed up. So I'm two very different people. So that's where the name comes from. It's two different things, and basically who I am. And I think I told you now that we have Elena. I feel like she's really the whiskey in the band, because she is a whiskey girl, and we're so different that we complement each other. So it kind of worked out.
And she's from Russia, correct?
Yeah, she is from Russia. Yeah.
How long has she been in the States?
She's been in, 20 years.
Oh, okay. So she's not.
Yeah, she's been here a while, but she was born and raised here. She's English is her second language.
Gotcha.
And her accent is just amazing. We love hearing her speak Russian, and sometimes I don't know if she's cussing me. But,
yeah, because they always sound angry. Yeah.
Right.
It's just that language. They could be saying something very beautiful, but it just sounds so angry the way they say it.
It can, but somehow she makes it very sexy. So I hear her and I'm like, oh my God. Like when we are on the road, she always gets calls from her family from Russia, and she'll be back there just going on and on and on. All of us are like, oh my God, that's so hot. So, it's definitely different. She's amazing though. I don't know if you've got to watch any clips of her playing, but it's something people don't forget. It's not your normal fiddle playing. Usually she's headbanging, we're jumping up and down, she's on the ground, she's running through the crowd. She's just the most amazing violinist that I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I don't know many violin players that play rock and roll. So I know they're out there, but it's definitely special what she does. So hopefully you get to check that out.
Yeah. We could probably even put some clips on our sites. So actually, you're going to play something for us today, correct?
Yeah, so I can do a little clip. It's a little early, so you're getting an early clip. But yeah, I can do. I might do a little bit of Sugar Stick for you, actually, since we're going to release that.
Okay.
And, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but
yeah, of course.
I'll give you a little taste of that.
Okay.
If that's all right with you this morning.
All right. So with that being said, here is Jennifer Lauren with the acoustic version of Sugar Stick.
Sugar Stick. All right. I take one step for the thrill. I take two steps. It's overkill. Walking on the edge of love and hate. Very nice, I do believe that's the difference between you and me. I need so much more, but baby, you don't have to wait. Here we go. Have you got more talk than you do walking out said I'd stay and get my all. I stayed, one day you're fine and the next night it's freezing cold, but I'm a burning hot. I can feel the hood. Baby, I'll take space. Well, my mama says you're the devil's friend, but you're sugar on the stick. I wanna lick it clean. I wanna shout it out what I hold inside. Oh, I'm gonna tell them all. I'm gonna make a scene. Gonna tell them all. I'm gonna make a scene. One man's not enough, now two, baby, that's too much. Bit off more than I put you, and it's too late. And I do believe that's a good word. So you and me, I need so much more, baby, in a way. Well, my mama says you're the devil's friend, but you're sugar on the stick. I wanna lick it clean. I wanna shout it out what I hold inside. Oh, gonna tell them all. I'm gonna make a scene. Gonna tell them all. I'm gonna make a scene.
All right, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Sorry.
Well, I think the mic from the iPhone just wasn't picking up everything like it was supposed to, so it sounded a little filtery, but you could still hear you fine. It was just sometimes the riffing of the guitar wasn't coming through like it was supposed to.
Sorry about that.
Fine.
Sometimes these live things end up that way. I hate it.
I know, technology sucks, but it was still very nice, and I was impressed. You have a very good live voice.
Thank you. I hear that a lot. Thank you so much.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
We get the country heart reference a lot. People could liken us to a country version of Heart because the vocal's really big live, and then instead of a lead guitarist as a female, we have a lead fiddle player as a girl. So yeah, my voice, I tried to rein it in a little bit, but it can be pretty big and overpowering at times.
No, I'm going to listen to that song because it sounded really awesome. I actually was in there vibing and stuff.
Yeah, I like how to hear about those.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
It's a fun one for sure. I think it's going to be good.
For sure. So you guys are working on a new album. When do you plan on releasing that?
It'll be in the winter. We released Heartbreak Queen last year, I think in November. So we're planning to release an album a year. That's the plan. I know a lot of people don't do that unless you're Eric Church, but I'm constantly writing, and we want to be different. People are like, "Why don't you just do an EP?" I'm like, "Nah."
Well, I mean,
a full album, yeah. Heartbreak Queen. Oh,
go ahead. I was going to say, well, the one thing I noticed about your album, and that a lot of people were saying also, is there's not really a cohesive theme. Like each song is pretty standalone. Mm-hmm. And by their own right, they could all be their own singles,
Exactly. And so that's the problem we've ran into a little bit, is that we ask people, "Oh, what's your favorite song on the album?" It's always different. I mean, I can't tell you. Some people love Wasted on Your Love. Some people love Muddy Waters. So actually, everyone I've talked to loves the whole album. That's what's great about it, is that while the songs are all different, they actually do fit on the album. I just didn't want an album that all sounded the same. I wanted to give people different parts. If you listen to Hero, it's a pop ballad, really. But then if you listen to 25 to Life, that's straight up traditional old country. And then you've got rock and roll, Heartbreak Queen and Muddy Water, hands down is definitely a mix of rock and country. Hooks is all blues. So you're getting all these different genres wrapped into one, which is different. So that's one thing. People don't know what to do with it, but they say it's good. It's good. I mean,
and even 25 to Life has kind of like a Southwestern kind of vibe to it, like outlaw type sound. Yeah,
it does. And that's, that steel guitar in there is amazing. And that really makes the song. When our Greg Markle did that out in Seattle, actually, and when I heard it, I just started bawling. And these songs are personal to me. They're stories about my life, and that song is by far the most personal song on the album. It's about my brother's drug addiction. It's it's rough. And so we don't even play that live a lot. The band loves it. That's their favorite song. And I can't even get through it sometimes on stage. It's just, when you write those type songs, they're so personal to you, but that's part of what we are as musicians. I mean, we're connecting to people. So,
how can people find you? How can they find your music?
Well, we're everywhere. Or do like you, they can just Google, but no. So Facebook, obviously we're just Diamonds and Whiskey on Facebook, and is spelled out. Instagram, Diamonds and Whiskey Official. And then we're on Twitter, Diamonds Whiskey, and then YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, of course. Just anywhere you listen to music, we're there. So feel free to choose your poison.
You guys don't have a website though, right?
Oh, we do. diamondsandwhiskeyband.com. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
All right. And I forgot. Yes,
Yeah,
we on there, and you'll find our tour dates on there. We've got more to add. We haven't been putting as many up because we're still waiting on cancellation reports.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we're all out in the Midwest most of the summer.
You're actually recording this album with Dale Penner.
Yeah.
He's worked with Nickelback, Katie Lang, bunch of other amazing artists. What do you like when you're going in and you're working with somebody of that caliber? Do you think that's gonna like step up like what you guys do in there?
Yeah, so Dale did our last album. I don't know if you know that.
I did not.
Yeah, so he but he was on the back end of it. So we had already recorded the album and then sent it to him after much deliberation, figuring out what we wanted to do with it, because I didn't know if this music was going to go over. I everybody loves their own music, right?
Of course.
I wanted to know, so we actually sent out the demo album to get reviews, see what people thought, and they loved it. So then we found Dale, and he really wanted to work with us, which is an honor, to be honest. He's so great. So he took the album, remixed it. We went back in the studio, recorded new parts for him, and then we got what we have now, which is Heartbreak Queen. He's amazing. But this year, we're actually going to Canada to work with him in the studio. So we're going to be up there for a couple of weeks recording, and I'm so excited because he is beyond amazing, just incredible producer. So we're really blessed that he wants to do this album. He's excited about it. I think it's going to, I'm hoping, it's better than the first one. Sophomore albums are hard, but yeah, I think I'm excited about it. He's really, really good. So we're lucky that we have an award-winning producer that really wants to be a part of this. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the future and seeing you guys, and I'm really hoping you guys blow up here soon.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. Like I said, we're playing a few big country music festivals this year with Chris Jansen, Darius Rucker, Diamond Rio, like I said, Luke Combs, Eric Church, Parmalee, lots of big bands. And we're on the main stage at those. And it's just kind of mind-blowing. We were supporting Zach Brown in May, but we lost that gig because of the corona. So that really stinks. But we're excited. We've kind of taken the next step up this year at those festivals. So hopefully, we'll see what happens. We're working hard on it, though.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate it. Thank you for performing for us, too. That was the first on the show. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll get the whole band on sometime for you. That'd be awesome.
That would be great. Maybe do like, a song with all of you guys, get the recording right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can definitely work on that. I think
because we kind of did that last minute because I was like, hey, what about you if you did a song? This was like Wednesday or Thursday, so
right.
There's no planning involved.
Right.
And thank Paige for me because she's been really awesome and instrumental in bringing all this together.
Paige is everything. I mean, she's pushing us so hard. That's how we're charting in Europe so much. And I mean, we're number one on the Euro Academy of Country Music right now with Muddy Waters. So we're massively thankful to Paige. She believes in us and she puts us out everywhere. And she's awesome. So I'll definitely tell her that. Although I'm sure she's watching. She watches everything.
Awesome.
But thank you so much.
No problem. Like I said, make sure you follow her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, diamondsandwhiskeyband.com. Did you put that link on?
Yes.
You did. Okay. So we got that link in the chat. You guys can click on that, join the group, vote for Diamonds and Whiskey for entertainer of the year, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the corona-pocalypse and about a guy who received $8.2 million in the bank when he was looking for his stimulus check. And,
oh my gosh.
And a woman attacks a customer over social distancing rules.
I think that's.
And also, the governor is proposing reopening on May 1st. Do you think that's too soon? And much more. Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show.
You're listening to The Epic Radio Show, live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and theepicradioshow.com. Listen to us anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Download today on the App Store or Google Play, and take this show on the road. The Epic Radio Show. Make life epic.
Make life epic.
Hey, Epic fans, this is Jay Val. Home buying is complicated. You need someone who you can trust and has your best interest in mind and not just the size of the commission check. That someone is Jeremy Rodriguez with Russell Real Estate. Jeremy grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and a graduate from James Ford Rhodes High School in 2001. If you are looking to sell your home, searching for your next home, or if you just want to talk about the process, please feel free to contact him. As an agent who himself still resides in Cleveland, he knows the neighborhood, the schools, and the market inside out. Get in touch with Jeremy. He is happy to help you with all your needs, from helping you identify a lender to getting a moving truck and even helping you pack. Call Jeremy Rodriguez now at 216-287-1766 or email him at jeremysellsdreams@gmail.com. Find him on Facebook now. That number again is 216-287-1766.
Hello, cats and kittens. This is Chris with the Epic Radio Show, and this week you can find Funny Noises Productions at Jilly's Music Room on St. Paddy's Day. And later in the week on Friday, we'll be back at Jilly's Music Room for the Funny Hour. Later that night, we're in Massillon at Angry Barbecue. Saturday, we're at Barmacy for Abducted by Aliens comedy show. And Sunday, we're back at Barmacy for our weekly showcase. Remember, Funny Noises Productions, comedy so funny you'll effing pee.
Welcome back to the Epic Radio Show. Oh man, Chris kills me, man. You just hear him say Corona. What did you think about all that, Chris?
About what? Her interview?
Yeah, her interview and the performance and everything.
Yeah. That was great. The performance was even. I mean, the interview was great. I thought. Your questions were good, but she's the kind of person you want to interview. You know?
Oh, for sure. So we're going to talk about the corona-pocalypse. I got some updates for you guys.
Oh boy.
Corona.
My corona.
All right. So with the coronavirus, day 368.
Feels like it.
It's not been that long. It feels like it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
It does. Sometimes it does feel like it.
So a couple things have happened just in the past couple weeks.
Yep.
Why in the hell is that not doing that? But whatever. Okay, so the first thing that happened while we were gone is this volunteer firefighter. He checked his account to see if he had the stimulus check, and he found $8,200,000 in his account.
Okay. Oh wow.
So he went to the ATM. He expected his account to hold cash the government was sending to Americans, but instead of $1,700, Charles Calvin found $8.2 million. He showed He showed everyone his receipt, documenting the fortune. Days later, the millions vanished, having appeared and disappeared without explanation. Easy come, easy go. Although Calvin still does have the stimulus payment.
That's good.
He does have that.
Got that though. That's good.
There was no reason.
Yeah, like
either.
I really want
nothing
a backstory
ever.
here.
Nothing was ever explained.
Like,
why that was in there?
Was it like a one account number,
I don't know,
issue or something, and then they figured it out a couple days later?
I would have been pulling money out
I've been like
right away.
I didn't pull.
I think it's a Facebook meme. That's what it is. It's a Facebook. No, because if you think about it, if you look at it, the math doesn't add up. Let me ask you, the bottom line, the very bottom line, if you look far to the left, does it make you think that the word is balance? You're seeing kind of what resembles an A-N-C-E. So the bottom line is balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you would assume that he had like $200 in the account and they deposited an amount of money. But somewhere it's not accounting for his $200. So did they deposit like $8,199,100?
You need to look into this, Chris.
Yeah,
I think you're thinking too much into this, Chris.
I think Chris needs to
also
investigate.
during the coronavirus. Now that I'm brushing Chris off.
Damn.
A woman attacks a customer at a supermarket over allegedly not following social distancing rules.
Right, like.
I can't talk today at all. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. A woman began attacking over customers and employees at a grocery store, reportedly over social distancing rules. And in the 2.5-minute clip that was released, the agitated woman is seen arguing with the man who claims to be the owner of the Medina Superstore in Birmingham, England, over a person who is allegedly not following proper social distancing rules. The woman can be heard questioning the owner of the UK store as to why he has a worker like that, mistaking the customer who is not abiding by social distancing as an employee of the store. The argument then turns violent as the woman lunges forward and begins swinging.
Like as if that's really helping the issue.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually, a bystander appears to try to break up the fight, which has grown to involve several customers.
Oh, God.
The woman reportedly becomes upset when a male customer was standing in her way, talking to another person. An employee told Southwest News Service.
Like, this is like pre-crazy news right now.
Yeah. The woman started shouting about social distancing and got angry. She actually then left the store, but then came back because she thought he was a worker, the unnamed employee told the outlet. According to the reports, the small store had several people inside at one time, many of whom were not wearing face masks or abiding by the social distancing policy of staying 6 feet apart. As to what sparked the fight, the Medina employee believes the final straw came after the woman saw someone recording, which may have prompted her to become violent.
Like, why would that prompt you to become violent? Like, if I had someone recording me, that would not prompt me to become physical with somebody. Like, I mean, I guess the attention, people about that life, but I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to leave now because I'm starting to be recorded. So obviously I'm acting a little out of sorts. So I got to go.
Out of sorts.
Out of sorts.
Tell her to have a goddamn biscuit and shut the fuck up.
What? I didn't even hear what Chris said.
So have some tea and crumpets.
Don't you think you're recorded everywhere in public though these days?
Yeah, but that's why I don't act violently.
Yeah, I don't see how that is a
exactly. You have
excuse.
To be
yeah.
Like obviously, this lady.
But this kind of leads to a question, I think, Epic. Has somebody like kind of snapped at you in public because you were, you went too close and stuff, or
no.
have you snapped at somebody?
No.
Because of no. I had a guy at a certain hardware store, not to be mentioned, a certain one, hardware store, and I was in there and. I was looking for something. It was a different store I hadn't been in. And I got too close to the guy and he pulled back and says, please step back, real snappy. And I was like, oh, sorry. This was weeks ago when it had just first started.
Well,
you were all still just kind of acclimating and getting used to it and stuff. So it was weird.
Well, also the government, I cannot talk today. The governor, Mike DeWine. He's proposing opening everything back up.
I have one thing to say about that lady.
Yeah.
What?
I have one thing to say about that lady.
What's that?
She does not understand what social distancing means.
No, I know. Because, dude, like, because I don't get how being like starting a fight and being physical with somebody is also practicing social distancing.
Anyone?
Yeah. You're as close as can be when you're punching someone in the face.
Exactly. Like, how does that help anyone here?
Yeah. You are making physical contact in their face.
The employee actually said that she called and apologized later on, and he was said she's actually a regular customer with us. This is something that happens sometimes.
Exactly. That's what Allison said. She obviously wasn't really that worried about social distancing if she wants to throw fists. Obviously, she was mad that other people weren't doing it, but then proceeds to not do it herself. Like,
yeah, I know.
You're not making a good point here, lady.
Yeah. You know, it's like.
I mean, what do you guys think though? Do you think May 1st? Getting back to what I was saying, do you think that's too soon to open everything up, or should we? I don't know.
May 1st.
May 1st.
Yeah.
May 1st. Well, they're not going to open everything up on May 1st.
I thought for the most part they were.
Not in Ohio, no. Actually, I've been keeping on top of this, man. There's actually a list that they have. Let me see if I can get it real quick.
Yeah, get it real quick.
Yeah, do that, or I can do it.
Because where did I save it at? Oh yeah, I do have it right here. So I can read off of the list. It says there's 3 phases, and the first phase, this is what they're going to do. Okay, but there's no time frame. But you would assume that phase 1 would start on or about the 1st of May, which is what it said. It says all vulnerable people should shelter in place. 2, avoid socializing in groups of more than 10. Non-essential travel should be minimalized. Working from home where possible. Schools and youth activities remain closed at May 1st. That's what it says. This is phase 1. This is what is on the State of Ohio Senate website. Large public venues such as movie theaters, restaurants.
He is all fancy with that.
Restaurants.
Oh God.
Well, yeah, and you're talking about sit-down restaurants, right? Like eat in. You can eat in, or what?
It says large public venues such as movie theaters, restaurants.
Well, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
we're gonna have table service, but if we read on, I think we'll have to read and see what it says, because I think there's going to be restrictions that are going to go with
stuff
that.
Like that. Yeah.
I think the tables are going to have to be more open and more spread out. You know.
Yeah. I
haven't spoken with any of my restaurant owner friends yet and stuff, but that's what I'm going to assume is going to happen.
Yeah.
I saw this video on Facebook, but basically like they were making a joke about the whole like reopening restaurants thing. Yeah. There was a waitress standing like way apart, and she was just like throwing people's shit at them to their table, and it was just all just shattering. It was just like, huh. And then she goes to the next table, and just everything just starts. It's just funny. I was like, yeah, that sounds right. Catch. I just put it in a bag for him, I guess. I don't know. Antonio said, I think I have coronavirus. It burns when I pee. I don't think that's a symptom.
I don't think that's a symptom at all, Antonio.
You might want to get that checked out in a different
yeah.
Just saying. Allison said, yeah, they had 3 phases on TV Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
So
3 phases.
As much as people want to get back
how
to
long
work,
is this phase? The phase is supposed to like
gating.
Is it going to be like phase 1 in May and then phase 2 in June?
There's no outline of dates or times. I don't think for it. That's the thing. It just says these are the phases and these are what they include, but it doesn't say, how long the phase lasts, or does the phase happen all at once, or is it slowly brought in? I don't know. I don't think they're going to do everything all at once.
You wouldn't assume so, right?
But no, but they're going to open things like churches, and churches, will only be basically the largest impact of a church.
Praise Jesus.
On a Sunday, and stuff.
Antonio said he's out of work till June 15th.
Yeah. See, it's funny because a lot of other states have extended.
Yeah, they've extended.
Stay in place. Some places are as late as May 15th, and stuff. So it's really interesting, there's some projections that say we won't have concerts until next year, this time next year.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Wow.
That's insane. That's insane.
It is. Have you seen that they have that Alone Together concert thing?
Yeah.
That was last night.
That was last night, right?
Yeah, I watched that.
You did? Was it good? How did they do that? Was it just all like a stage?
It was just Zoom. It was just cutaways to Zoom artists.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Lady Gaga. I don't know. She's pretty impressive, I think, and stuff. I think she's good.
I agree.
They had Stevie Wonder on, and anytime you can watch Stevie Wonder, I think is that's what you should be doing.
How did he work the camera by himself if he's blind?
Had help.
These were more than just your home, more than a single shot. Like they had some of them were just a single shot camera. Like I think Eddie Vedder's was just a single shot, but you had people that had these cameras that were panning and cutaways to different cameras and things like that. And it was kind of funny because like Elton John, it looked like they'd put a piano in Elton John's driveway because there was literally a basketball pool in the yard, and you could see, I think there was like 2 or 3 basketballs on the ground behind him. And there was a fence and everything. So it's like they just took a piano and put it outside.
Who knew that Elton John played with balls,
We could get that. That would be a real smooth transition, I think. People that would work. John replacing Jay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He's just putting it in your head, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
He plays with balls.
Just putting it in your head. Oh god.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. I think it's time for crazy news.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to do the intro.
Wonder what I found this week.
What?
I said I wonder what I found this week.
I know, right?
See what happens.
You know.
I never know, so.
Okay, but.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
God damn it, I keep doing that.
Oh, no. What'd you do?
There we go.
Oh, you fixed it. Sure.
Did you take me in strawberries or did you cut away?
We're cut away. We're in the crazy news part. You can still stay on though if you want.
Make comments. Say
comments
words
like you do.
Okay, so
really?
Yeah, really, for sure.
Usually you tell me to shut up.
It's like shut up, Chris. God, you talk too much. So, a dog found behind the wheel after high-speed chase in Washington State. The dog was driving. He was getting tired of sitting in the house too. So, a Washington State man who led police on a high-speed chase on Sunday may have not actually been driving. Officers said they found the suspect's pet pit bull behind the wheel after his 1996 Buick crashed. The unidentified 51-year-old male suspect from Lakewood, Washington, is now facing several charges, including DUI, reckless driving, hit and run, and felony eluding. The man allegedly struck 2 vehicles before he fled on Interstate 5. One trooper reported seeing the pit bull in the driver's seat with the owner handling the steering wheel from the passenger seat. Like, why, though? Why is this happening?
He's trying to teach the dog how to drive. What's wrong with that?
It's your turn. The car reportedly hit speeds of 109 miles per hour during the chase, and at one point drove on a popular trail for pedestrians and cyclists. It was fortunately empty. That's great. State troopers eventually ended their pursuit by throwing down spike strips, but then came the shocker. Washington State Patrol officer said the driver told police that he was trying to teach his dog how to drive.
Where was this at?
Sure? Like
Florida again or no?
No, I think I read it up here a minute ago. Washington, yeah.
Jeez.
The patrol officer added, "I wish I could make this up. I've been a trooper for almost 12 years, and wow, I've never heard this excuse. I've been in a lot of high-speed chases. I've stopped a lot of cars, and never have I gotten an excuse that they were teaching their dog how to drive." The officer said the pit bull was very nice. She was a very sweet dog, and she was taken to a local animal shelter. Aw. I mean, the owner's stupid. I guess that makes sense. Her owner was later released on an $8,500 bond. So, I don't think this dog learned how to drive that day. I think the dog's...
That was a pretty bad excuse, too.
Yeah,
I think that was actually the truth, though, Chris.
I feel like this guy was just weird enough that this was probably accurate for him. She needed to learn.
I think that's the case where they should have lied. They should have said, you know what, I'm blind. It's my seeing eye dog. I'm just trying to get home.
Like, I can't see, the dog can. Like,
right. That would have been the way to do it.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Either way, that story had to be pretty rough.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? Ryan said, he said he would bite my face off if I didn't go along. I'm a victim here.
Oh, my God.
And Allison said he didn't want to go for a walk. I mean, I guess. So I was like, well, guess
he's like, this time you're riding, bitch.
That's a good one. Where's the applause button? That was funny. Okay, so the next story here is a 64-year-old man accidentally ejected himself from a fighter jet at 2,500 feet. Wow, so crazy. So, a surprise company outing to an airbase caused a 64-year-old Frenchman so much stress that he flung himself from a fighter jet in midair, grabbing the ejector button in a panic and tumbling through the skies above France before landing in a field. Damn, this guy. The man had been surprised by employees at his firm who had organized a joyride in a Dassault Rafale. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Whatever. You can laugh, Chris. It's fine. But they planned this as, like, I guess, like a little fun thing for them to do. And this guy, this guy was not on that life. He was like, what is this? So they didn't, it says next, but they didn't apparently know their colleague as well as they thought. Once the man arrived at the airbase.
Wait a minute, Ashley.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I don't understand. Was it that he bugged out, he freaked out, and he wanted to get out of there?
Yeah, it basically,
I need to knock it up a notch.
No, he was very afraid. This was not something he wanted to do. It says the unnamed man had never expressed any desire to fly in a fighter jet and had no previous military aviation experience.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, so he had a recorded heart rate ranging from 136 to 142 beats per minute. He was very, very scared. But they were like, yeah, let's do this. And when the jet was 2,500 feet above ground and the pilot began to climb, the passenger panicked and reached for something to hold on to. Unfortunately, that something was the ejector seat button, and the 64-year-old flew from the fighter jet. So that's what happened there. He kind of panicked a little bit, pressed a button, didn't realize that was the button he was pressing.
Learn from his parents. Maybe it's his parents' fault. That's just poor parenting. Keep your hands to your fucking self.
Right, keep your hands to yourself, sir. So it says, to make matters worse, he had not securely attached his helmet, which went flying in midair. Fortunately, the man avoided serious injury after parachuting to Earth in a field near the German border.
Now, if that was the wrong time century, that would have been bad.
That would have been a very bad time. Investigators concluded that the error was caused by an involuntary reflex prompted by stress and the jet's sudden movement. The pilot was not ejected, so that's good. And he managed to land the plane safely. Yeah. So
that's insane.
This is
it's even crazier that so he got ejected. Doesn't the top of the plane, like the cockpit, like,
is that what happened? Like he just bumped his head?
Yeah, is that he was taken to the hospital after the flight.
Was he a goose?
Maybe he was a goose. I don't know.
Top Gun reference?
Yes, I understood the reference.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, you weren't here for part of this, but it said he was nervous. This guy was not he was not on board, with this particular outing that they were, going on, and he was very nervous, and he accidentally hit the ejector button, and he was he was just shot out. It was great. It was a great time. I'm sure that was the most fun he's ever had in his whole life.
He probably shit his pants. I know I would have.
The biggest load he ever dropped in his
pants. Ryan said he thought he was turning the radio up.
I love that comment.
Oh, man. And then Allison, why would he even get in the fucking plane? That's what I'm wondering. I would have said, right? No, I'm not doing that.
Whose idea was that?
It was like a
a gift, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just like a little a surprise company outing.
Oh, okay.
They're like, here, let's do this.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? What I would be like, I want to watch everyone else do it, but I'm not.
I'm just gonna watch it. That sounds great. Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, this was something he did not want, but he did it anyway. Because I guess since it was a nice little thing they were doing, he was like, okay, sure. I would have been like, a 64-year-old man, if I were a 64-year-old man, I'd been like, no.
I mean,
I'm 64. You can't make me do this.
He definitely shit himself.
What?
He definitely shit himself.
No, he definitely shit himself.
I mean, just by you describing that to me, I shit myself. So I can just imagine him.
That's gross. So that sounds like a very stressful situation. Hopefully, no one forces him to do that again.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, no. Not this again. I don't want none of that. Thank you. So, okay, the last story. Okay, I'll admit that this one I didn't read as much up on because I found this one like on Friday. So, a woman wakes up in a body bag after mistakenly being declared dead. So that's not a good time. A woman had this.
Not a good time.
That's not a good time. I wonder how far. I need to read this to see how far they got into this whole thing.
She got embalmed.
Did she?
Spoiler. No, I'm joking.
Spoiler alert. No. They put her in a coffin. They were putting her in the ground. No.
Yeah. Now she's a zombie.
Now she's a zombie, so it's cool. A woman had the shock of her life when she reportedly woke up in a body bag after being declared dead. Gladys, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I don't know. I'm going to say, I know there's Gladys Rodriguez, and then there's Duarte. Anybody? No? Okay, thanks. Was set to be prepared for a service hours later, with her family already informed that she was dead. Okay, so that was it. They got pretty far into this, didn't they?
Wow.
On Saturday, the married mother had gone to San Fernando Clinic in the city because her already high blood pressure was increasing, which reported she was 50 years old. Local media have said she is in fact 46. So they didn't even have the fucking right age. They didn't know shit about this lady, apparently. Maybe the family is like, I think she's 50.
Who was covering this news story? Me?
I think so. They actually mentioned
like, oh, she looks about like 46.
She looks about 50. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
She's actually 46.
Dead. She's moving a little bit, but
she's twitching. But I think that's like, something happened.
She's talking, but yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead though. I poked her in the eyes. She didn't move after that. About 2 hours after she arrived, the doctor confirmed that Mrs. Rodriguez's death to her husband Maximino and daughter Sandra. But staff at a funeral parlor then found her moving inside a body bag when she was unloaded. That lady was probably super confused. Like, what the fuck is going? What the heck? Why am I in a bag? So it suggested that she was admitted to a hospital. I don't like that. It suggested. Who suggested? Who is in charge of this article?
I wonder if after she got out of there, she kept saying like the phrase, "There could be only one."
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Chris, I'm surprised you didn't get that joke.
Oh, I was doing something. Sorry, dude.
He was doing something other than.
I said I'm surprised that after she got out of the body bag, that she didn't utter the phrase, "There can be only one."
There he goes. He got it there. He listened that time.
It's a good Highlander reference. Yeah.
Yes. I'm thinking like more like I was thinking the Wizard of Oz. She's really like most sincerely dead, like when the Munchkins, march in.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to do to check to see how dead she is. Is take her to the
It suggested Mrs. Rodriguez was admitted to the hospital at 9:30. Like I said, who's doing all this? I don't know. And it was checked in by a doctor who declared her dead at 11:20 a.m. that same day. The ovarian cancer patient was then transported to a local funeral home where shock staff found that she was alive. The doctor assumed she was dead and handed her naked to me like an animal with her death certificate. He didn't even revive her. Wow. Maybe he had something against her. Maybe he knew her and he was
so maybe it wasn't so much that she was dead, but maybe to the family she was already dead to them.
They're like, that's fine.
So
she's like 50 or something, so that's fine. That's a good age to die. The funeral director said, "We trusted him. That's why we went there, but they disconnected her and passed her off to the funeral home." So they found her moving inside the body bag when they unloaded her at the funeral parlor, the owner told investigators.
It's just a big tapeworm. Keep going.
Yeah, she's not dead, yo, is basically like the end of the story.
She's not dead, yo.
She's not dead, yo. Like, this is creepy as shit. Like, why is this happening to us? So that's that. That is the end of crazy news.
All right, thank you.
I'm sure this lady might need might need to talk to somebody about the doctor being so okay with just being like, yeah, she's dead. Take her. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not even like trying to revive her ass or nothing. Just she's dead. She looks dead.
I was going to take a break, but I'm not going to.
Oh, you're not going
to continue on.
Okay.
Might as well try to limit the amount of commercial breaks this time. I'm going to do one more before we get Jay on.
Yeah, 'cause fuck Jay. No.
But because of the way Zoom is and stuff, I want to try to get through these
the hospital surprisingly
topics.
was not Metro, Allison.
What's that?
She said, was the hospital Metro?
No, it makes sense.
Like, surprisingly, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Not this time.
Lutheran. No, I'm joking. All right, so next topic.
Next topic. Oh, yeah, this topic.
Yeah.
I thought she was saying it was the hospital Metro. She was asking, was it like, clean shaven, wax in the appropriate areas?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Point. Probably like Jay,
Yeah.
No?
And kind of like Jay, we're going to talk about somebody equally as douchey. No, I'm joking.
Great segue.
Joe Exotic. From the Tiger King.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's not equally as douchey as him.
No.
But
they're douchey at different levels.
No, so this was homework that I gave you, Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, you need me to watch 7+ hours.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
Of this degrading trailer trash.
What'd you think of it?
Like this is why we should not have TV, man. This is like the scum of the pond that doesn't float, that sinks to the bottom and covers the ground. You step in there, that fucking That's what it is.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. But I loved it. It was so good.
I'm just like, Carol Baskin for sure killed her husband, though. For sure.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like,
Things in Florida are funny, though. Things in Florida are funny. I think she definitely killed him.
Like, definitely.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, without
question.
a doubt, like,
without a doubt,
there's no, like, it. I don't even really give a shit so much about Joe Exotic and whether or not he paid somebody or he didn't pay
because
somebody.
Because he talked a lot of shit. So,
to
like,
whatever.
Right.
I mean, he did a lot of questionable shit.
Oh, yeah.
But. She definitely killed her fucking husband.
But Carol Baskin for sure killed her husband. That's all I know for sure.
Well, I think we're going to see a sequel to it. You know what I mean? Down the road, somebody's going to do a sequel because I think there's more to come. Either with Carol Baskin, or what was the other guy that stole the zoo from him? Joe? Or not Joe?
Jeff.
What's his name? Is it Joe?
I think it's Jeff.
Jeff.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Jeff and
well, they released another episode. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, it's only like a 30-minute thing.
Interview piece, but that's all I saw was the interview.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Is that what came out? Yeah. You know.
I saw Joe's first husband got his teeth fixed.
Got some nice teeth now.
Yeah. Put a shirt on.
He put a shirt on. Yeah, he's got a kid now.
Yeah, he has a kid. He has a shirt. He has teeth. It's all good over there.
That was probably the easiest thing for him to do, was to reproduce. You know what I mean?
That's the easiest thing for most.
The rest he had to work at. You know.
Yeah. You could just see the dumbness though in his face. Like, did you see the interview piece where like, who was the interviewer? I can't think of his name.
I can't remember his
Joel.
name.
I don't know who he is. I saw
last name. I don't remember.
About. I don't know who he is.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's Joel.
Joel McHale.
Jesus. Huh?
Joel McHale.
Yeah, McHale.
McHale.
Yes, and he was asking him questions, and like he was answering, but like not the right answer for the question
the
at
answers
all.
Didn't really make sense.
And like, and Joel, you could just see that he was just kind of like,
yeah,
this
is great.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is what I'm getting paid to do right now. Yeah,
this is cool.
I don't know. I liked how most of the other people though were pretty normal.
Yeah, they're just average people. Just got caught up in this.
And then you got like people like Carol Baskin, and then like Joe Exotic, and even that Jeff guy.
Yeah,
you know, he's
Wait
got
a minute, man. We watched the same show because I didn't see any normal people on the show I watched. They were all fucked up, man.
Just a little, but I think some of them kind of got dragged inadvertently into this.
Come on.
Well, the girl who got her arm bit off, like she seemed pretty normal.
After he was around Joe Exotic for a while, I feel like, I'd rather just deal with having no arm than go and just have to figure out a way to get my arm, situated.
I mean, that was kind of weird.
I was
but
like, why would you
other
make
than that,
decision?
but like, well, she said the way she described it though was that it was going to take several years.
Yeah, but I would be like,
and tons of surgeries.
I'd rather.
Well, the surgeries, you got to understand that shit's painful. Like every single time, you're always healing.
But
you're always going to be in pain.
Fucking arms.
So part of her is just like, instead of dealing with all that and being in and out of the hospital for the next several years, just take it off.
I'd rather have my arm. I questioned that decision. I was like, what? You'd rather not have half of your... Okay. I'd rather have it, but that's fine.
You know what, Ashley? It probably didn't come as easy as they portray it. It makes for good TV for it to look like, oh, it was just a snap, and I'm going that way. You know? But in reality, I would think for most people, I'm not going to say everybody, but for most people, it would be something you would probably think about and consider.
I think there was some consideration.
So
that probably wasn't discussed.
It made TV the way it was shot and edited and all that kind of stuff. They know what they're doing.
Ryan said...
What do they say? It's the most...
All right, Chris, shut up. Hold on.
Jeez.
He didn't hear you.
So
Ashley, least I'm not there for him to kick me under the table. I'll take the verbal abuse because it's not physical, because we got to do the social distancing. So it's all good, man. All good. I'm shut up now, though.
So you got somebody in the
yeah.
What's going on?
Ryan said it was a white trash circus show, and I loved it.
yeah.
Pretty much me too.
Lions
I didn't
and
like
tigers
it at first.
and rednecks. Oh my.
I didn't like it at first because I was like, oh, these tigers are just, all these animals are just being kept in cages and shit, and that sucks, and I don't like this.
No.
But then I was like, well, what the fuck, Carol? You're doing the same thing. And then I just started getting mad at everybody.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. I don't know if anybody else watched it and thought the same thing.
I hope everybody did.
And I'm sure most people did.
Yeah.
Was like, she's complaining about Joe having these tigers in cages and stuff, and she's doing the exact same thing.
Right, and like
the only difference was she had a bunch of volunteers that she didn't have to pay.
Yeah, and she had people paying her.
As a nonprofit. She did it as a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So what about the dude out in Myrtle Beach?
Oh, that dude was insane, wasn't he?
For sure.
I think he's going to go down too because they closed his place down. They had said.
Oh, did they?
And,
Well, you know what's crazy about that is they used him for years.
Huh?
They used him for years in Hollywood and shit, though.
Yeah, like
I mean, like all the Dr. Dolittle movies, basically, and like just pretty much anytime you needed a trained animal to do something, that's who they called.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like, I mean, even like the late night shows and stuff like that, when they have like the people come on, they were his animals. Like, so it's like, but he was batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know,
and
they all were batshit crazy.
I know, but like, I mean, where are they going to get these animals now for these movies? Is it all going to be CGI? I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, that kind of sucks, right? In a way.
When there's a need, somebody will fill that need.
Another thing that I don't get either is, now, granted, you know, the main thing is you want to make sure these animals are taken care of.
Yes.
Above anything else, you know. But one of the things that I found interesting about the show, and something that was reiterated, was there was more tigers and most of these animals in captivity than there were in the wild. And a lot of and a lot of these animals are not reproducing in the wild.
Right.
You know? So is it in a way saving the species by keeping them in captivity? I mean, and the way these cats eat, you have to be able to afford to do this and probably make some money to be able to sustain it. So the only way I could see it is a way, honestly, Carol and Joe Exotic and I can't think of the guy in Myrtle Beach or whatever, but
Doc Antle or something.
Yeah, whatever. But in the way they were doing it, I mean, it's the only way that makes sense to me. You know, you don't want them running free. You need a lot of people on hand to help take care of them. And I think that it takes a certain type of person to even deal with that kind of stuff. So with me saying that, do you think it's a necessary evil?
I just feel like, go ahead, Chris.
Chris?
No, go actually roll with it, Jared.
Oh no, go ahead. I was still trying to form my thoughts. So
this is the thing. You're absolutely right with what you're saying. But the one thing you missed, that the factor is that's in addition to that, is that in the wild, the area that they have is shrinking.
Exactly, my point. Yeah,
become smaller and smaller. So it's not like you can take all of these and release them.
I know exactly. So
isn't going to happen, you know. So we have to have, like, I would say, ranges or preserves. You know, where these things can roam, not in cages, but over vast areas. You know what I mean? And stuff. And that's what we're going to have to come to and stuff. I think in the big picture, there'll always be people who have them and smaller setting, I think. But
yeah.
The wild is going to disappear. The rainforest someday. Hopefully not in my day. Hopefully not in your day. But in somebody's day, the rain like that stuff's all going to be gone. So we don't.
Well, especially when the fires. I mean, it destroyed half of it, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, again, there's you got it coming from two things. It kind of comes back to the virus we were talking about. It all comes from one of two things, one of two philosophies. There's like two rules. There's what I call the law of nature. Call it whatever you want if you believe in God or whatever, but there's the rules in nature, like gravity. It's freaking real, Nature has laws, things happen in nature, that's the way it is. And then the other thing is the law of man. There's things that man does and makes happen and does. And those are the only two things that can impact anything, really. Like squirrels don't have impact on anything at the large scale. So it's either just nature or man, mess it up.
Actually,
sounds like a Godzilla song, man.
What do you think about that? I mean, what I was saying.
I mean, kind of what Chris was saying. Like, it's
weird, man.
It's
well, and my thing is this too. All right, if it was that simple and there was preserves we could just take these animals to, why wasn't it be done to begin with? Why did it take all this time for them to do this? You know what I mean?
Well, I think there's kind of art preserves some places,
Well, I mean, if this was an issue with them having them in captivity this whole time, because I mean, these zoos have been open for years and years and years, 20, 30 years. So why did it take this documentary or whatever to happen to do it? I mean, it's not like they weren't already on the radar.
For sure.
So it's like, I think that's what I think too. I think once everybody did know, it's kind of like, in a weird way, not to compare them, but it's like, it's kind of like the Epstein shit. Everybody's okay with it until people know about it. You know what I mean? Like all these big people, used them. They let them do their thing until everybody else got wind of it and had outrage over it.
Harvey Weinstein, the same thing. Harvey Weinstein, same thing.
Yeah. Right? For years he was doing all this shit. Everyone knew about it, but it took them being exposed to the public for anything to be done. Like, why is there not proactive things in place to stop this stuff from happening to begin with?
You know why they pulled the trigger now? Because he would have gotten super rich off of this if he didn't go to jail. He would have made tons of money and been even crazier and wilder and probably started the Tiger King cult.
We saw this van at Walmart parking lot yesterday, and it said honk if you think Carol did it.
You know what I like about Carol Baskin, man, is that she stole the cats and kittens. I've been using cats and kittens for 7 years, man, and I stole it. I'm gonna admit I stole it, but it was old. Okay, it was old, and I've been waiting to steal it. And Carol comes along with her lying, cheating, eating her husband, feeding her husband the lion. It feels like cats and kittens lying. And I'm just
it was so funny. I was cracking up when I heard her say that. I was like, oh my God. Chris.
You guys messaged me. Spoiler. You guys messaged me before I had even watched it.
Sorry. Because I was like, wait a minute. Like, Chris says that. Like, Carol, what are you doing to Chris? Like, I don't care what the timeline is.
For you. I'm going to start my own channel, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you, Carol.
He's going to get you, Carol.
Yo, I thought, man, say whatever you want about Joe Exotic. That dude was entertaining as shit. Like, yo, all the crazy stuff he would do, like to the Carol Baskin doll. When he took out his gun and shot the dummy's head off, and
I was like, oh no.
And then he goes to her place, in a disguise, which is just a hat or
like,
whatever.
Oh my god, why?
He pulled like a Joe from You, and all he did was just add a hat.
Just a hat.
You know?
Like, you're not Joe. Get out of here, Joe.
Like she wouldn't recognize him immediately.
Right.
With his
and the
big ass mullet.
that he made was like, he had like little body parts of the husband, giving them to the tigers and shit. I was like, oh no. He went that far. Oh no. I was like, oh god, no. He was a great entertainer, Ryan. Like, he could have been a lot. This could have went a lot differently.
And
that's all.
Where the hell was I at when he was running for president?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Where was I?
What the hell?
Well, when did why
he
was
was
I not
running
aware?
for president when Trump was running for president.
Like,
and
why was I not aware of this? I needed this
Time.
information.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him. I don't think he made it though.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't, obviously. But
then he didn't even run for governor or something.
What you're saying about how entertaining he was and everything, and how fun it was and everything. But you know what? He's the kind of fun that you want to be like 6 feet away from.
Yeah, I want to watch it on TV, not right next to him.
12 feet away from. Actually, a restraining order distance wouldn't be too bad.
I want to watch it on TV, not be next to it and with it.
Kind of been there already, done that. Like those people are batshit crazy, man. You stay away from that stuff.
No wonder that shit was so popular. Because
I for one, I can't wait. I hope there's a season 2. I hope Trump releases him.
Oh my god.
I might actually vote for the fucker if he does.
Oh my god.
No, I'm joking. Anyways,
more jokes from that than from the money he's giving away, I'll bet.
Yeah.
I bet he would.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, people would love him after that.
Dude, people would love him if he released
like,
Joe Exotic.
Woo-hoo.
They actually asked him in a press conference.
I know, like, what the fuck?
And he said he'd look into it.
Well, they have a fund for him already set up, I think they had said.
Oh, wow.
There's a fund you can send money to. Like, I don't know if it's GoFundMe specifically.
Now, I will say this, okay? Now, as crazy as that guy is, I think a lot of it he did for the cameras, for the attention. I will say this, I'm not 100% sure if he actually paid that guy to kill her or not.
Right, I can't say
because
I'm sure.
There were so many conflicting things with that. Like, the guy said he moved to South Carolina, or where was it, Georgia? And you know, that Joe gave him $3,000 and he just moved down there, because that's what he said originally.
He's saying he blew the money at the strip club too.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, when all this stuff happens with that informant guy, oh no, Joe paid me to do it. I just didn't do it.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I had a hard time believing that they convicted him without an actual proof of the transaction of the money. You know what I mean?
I don't get that either, just by hearsay.
Of you know, 2 people. It was Jeff and the muscle man. That were the two that said, "Hey, he gave me the extra amount of money."
Usually what they do to catch you with that is they mic you up, they have surveillance on you, and then once the money changes hands, they get you. So I don't get how they did that.
Right.
I think the worst thing that happened, I think why he got convicted, to be honest with you, is because the motherfucker testified himself. I would have never put that dude on the stand. I would be like, sit down and shut up and just whatever. And he probably would be free right now, because they didn't have enough to convict him at all.
Well, why do you think it was so bad that he put himself on the stand?
Because he's crazy. And all you have to do is listen to him for 5 minutes. And you're like, he could have did it. You know, like.
But everybody there knew who he was. They should have had a change of venue. Is what they should have.
That's another thing too. Yeah.
They got him for fucking president. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
everybody knew him. It was newspaper fodder. It was on the TV. It was everywhere.
Yeah. The other thing that damned him was all the footage that they found of like him saying he wanted to kill her. And shooting the dummy in the face and all this stuff.
Allison said, "Was it?"
And then doing the song.
Was it a jury
songs
trial?
were great.
Those songs were pretty great.
It was not him singing, but I don't care.
He was doing backup singing. That's what I heard. Backup singing.
Oh, was he?
Allison,
yeah, he's backup singing. He's humming along.
Allison said, "Was it a jury trial?"
What's that?
Was it a jury trial?
Oh, it wasn't a jury trial.
Ryan said, "Jury of carols."
What?
Ryan said, "Jury of carols."
That's pretty funny. All right, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah, for sure.
So apparently, this is really strange, but Amy Schumer changed her baby's name after she realized it sounded like genital. So her baby's original name was Jean Attell, but if you say that out loud too fast, genital, yeah. So she realized that and changed it to Gene David, I believe.
Yeah, because I think she named him after the middle name was for somebody.
Dave Attell or whatever, and then
so they were like, "Oh."
Yeah, but then once they found out about that, like once they actually caught on and people were saying it on Twitter and stuff, like, they make a good point about that. I would have kept the baby's name that, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because that's funny.
Because it's funny. Okay. I wouldn't have let you kept our.
It almost looks like it's spelled like that too.
Oh my god!
Like she stuttered with the pen.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Oh, the weird shit we talk about.
Yeah.
This is something that we're talking about. That's
pretty much it for that subject.
That's pretty much it. It was just funny.
I just thought it was funny. I wanted to share it on the show.
Sorry,
quick.
Chris.
We're gonna take a break though.
I heard there was a short list of other names that she was considering as well.
Oh, was there? Like what?
Yeah, like herpes.
Herpes.
But that didn't work out for me.
Yeah, that one doesn't go over well.
Yeah.
No, what else,
Yeah. Well,
Gina Gonorrhea.
Gina Rena.
Gina Rhea, yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, you say that with your creepy room.
Yeah, in your creepy room, Chris.
And the creepy beard.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Amy Schumer, gotta love her,
I think
right?
this child's like a year old, maybe like, I don't know, 8 months, something like that. I don't think
that?
Allison said, "How old is the child?" And I said, "I don't think he's that old. I think she just had him last year.
I believe it's like 9 months old,
something like that." So at least she changed it before he got too old.
I mean,
before he started school and like.
Yeah, exactly.
People were like, "Ha ha."
Surprisingly, nobody made a joke about. Well, she has a reputation as a joke thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody made any references to that. So, like, she stole the baby's name.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I've not heard that of hers though.
Oh yeah, in the community. Yeah, people accuse her, but a lot of women look up to her and respect her. A lot of women do. But
a lot of women do.
Yeah, a lot of women do.
Yeah,
and rightly so. But a lot of people. But there's a lot of haters in any business. You know what I mean?
Allison,
well, the thing is too,
true that.
I mean, there's a lot of jokes that have been said by other people, and you just don't know it. People think alike in a lot of ways. So sometimes you can make a joke that sounds similar to somebody else, but you didn't realize they had said it before.
Yeah, common premises, I call that.
Yeah.
People have common premises.
Yeah.
I know that's not what they say. They blatantly, like, people have, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like all my dad jokes, most of them, I'm sure other people have said before,
Of course, they're dad jokes.
Yeah.
That's why it's a dad joke. If it hadn't been
right.
said before, it wouldn't be a dad joke.
Exactly. So I think that's it for you. We're gonna go on break.
I'm out of there with Amy Schumer. Me and Amy Schumer out.
Yeah. We're gonna get Jay on the line, maybe. We'll see. I haven't heard from him at all, so I have no clue if he's ready to go or not.
If he's awake, if he's coherent.
In fact, let me text him real quick.
Let's text him real quick.
Because it could be an early show.
I haven't seen either of them on. Want me to hang around or just dump?
No, you can stay on just for a second. Let me text this
motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm doing this on the show. I don't care.
He don't care. This is what he does.
This is good though. Call him up, man.
This is the new show now. This is the social distancing show. Yeah, this is what we do. We just text.
We're gonna call him up. Hello, Jay. Are you playing with Ballz?
Are you gonna play with Ballz on the show?
Playing with Ballz.
Well,
today?
the whole thing is I have to send the link to him for Zoom and stuff. He's doing Zoom, yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Or I could just call him. It's not a big deal. But
are you ready to play with Ballz?
Ready to play with some Ballz?
Who knows? He might have got mad at me for earlier. You know what I mean? Like with the whole calling him a douche. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen him on Facebook. I don't know if he'd come on, but I haven't seen Rachel either.
Oh, well, yeah. There's, Rachel's dealing with some stuff, so
yeah.
I actually wanted to mention
we'll
that
have to talk to you a little bit about that. It's not nothing crazy.
Well, I'm available because all I'm doing is working in the basement. I am actually, folks, to kill time, I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing during this time. Besides doing the macaroni art that I shared with you earlier, which again, I just want to take a minute and revisit, but it's just so much worth taking your time and doing. It's so rewarding, and give it to somebody. Share the love when you're done, okay? I'll be saving this one for Ashley and Epic.
Oh, how nice.
Nice. What does it say? Crepe?
Actually, it spells out Epic in macaroni noodles.
Oh, shit. I do see that now. Yes. That's cool. Yeah. That's very nice.
Look how nice.
I like that.
With a double rainbow.
That's for me.
It doesn't get any gayer than that. Yeah.
That's for me.
It'll be on the refrigerator, I'm sure.
For sure. We'll put it on a wall in the studio.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Jay is
ready.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna call him on
folks,
speaker.
What you can do is, why don't we do this? Why don't we have people do their own macaroni art with themselves, with their kids? Take pictures and load them up this week. And you know what? If we get, let's say we get 6 or more photos, I'll give away a free Funny Noise Production t-shirt. 6 or more people load up a macaroni art, okay, onto the Epic Radio Show website. Got to get at least 6 people to do this. All right,
it's
guys.
looking like no playing with balls today.
So you can play with a noodle.
You can play with some noodles.
Yeah.
All right?
Play with your dry noodle.
Sometimes the noodle does get missed, okay? There's nothing wrong with the noodle either, okay?
That's so funny.
It's not all about the balls. Sometimes you got to get a little noodle.
It's sometimes you got to give the noodle some attention.
That's right. So that's what we're working with this week, the noodles. But hey, seriously, I got a Funny Noise Productions t-shirt. We'll get 6 people to enter, and we'll pick a winner and give away a free t-shirt. So load up the frickin'
Yeah, make some noodle art, people.
Noodle art. It's fun. It's
noodle
relaxing.
Art. I might do it if I can find some small noodles.
What do you got for us, boss?
I think that's it. I think we got that's going to be the end of the show.
Did you tell everybody about our merchandise? Because stimulus money is coming out and tax money is coming out. It's a great time to make a small investment into to what we do here, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can always go onto the website. There is an actual donation tab if you just want to donate, or even on Anchor. If you look us up on Anchor, there's a way that you can subscribe to our channel with like $5 a month. That would all help us. Or buy some merch. Yeah. We have shirts for sale, hats, onesies. We have everything.
We have flippy floppies.
And nothing.
We have nothing but like the merchandise, all the stuff's there.
Epic. I keep waiting for the adult size onesie lineup.
Oh yeah, I know. Like
really cool.
We gotta do that, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one to add to it.
There's even I think a beanbag chair or whatever. A beanbag chair. Yo-yo. It's like $100, but
oh my God.
I know.
That must be the best beanbag ever. Like I might have to buy one day. See how it goes. We're gonna each need to make an Epic Radio Show yo-yo. Just because I think that'd be funny. We need to like think of all new, like a fan, like Epic Radio Show fans. Fans, get it? Fans for the fans. It's a good joke. Whatever, ignore me. It's cool.
Good idea. It's good. I'm thinking, are they like the battery operated fans or like the Asian fans that you flip open?
Either one. I don't think it matters at this point.
People like a southern thing, like the little paper plate on the paint kind of thing.
We'll make some macaroni art and sell it on the show too, you know. Whatever. We'll be creative. We'll figure this out. Allison did say, what did I miss? What weird pedophile room is in his basement? And I said that, Tommy had made fun of him earlier for it.
Yeah.
So, don't worry. He did not miss that opportunity to say something about it.
Yeah.
That was funny, though. Hi, Jay Grimm.
Hey, Jay. It's been a while.
I mean, it's been a while since we were even here.
Yeah.
I haven't been in this booth in a while.
I know. It's been a couple weeks. The reason for that, by the way, I took a week off for Easter because, it just gets too hard to do this. We have little kids. We try to celebrate with them.
Be good parents and stuff.
And then a week before, I have my other job, and I was on call all weekend, and it just sucks to try to juggle.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I do it, but I just wasn't feeling it that week.
So I took a little week off.
And then what's crazy about it is I didn't realize that the following week was Easter, or I probably would have waited and did that a different day. But
whatever.
It worked out.
It's all right.
We're not going to take another break for the foreseeable future.
Unless something crazy happens.
Happens, but...
Don't say that, man. Stop.
Hey, it could happen. We don't know what's gonna happen.
But we've been making some upgrades around the studio. If you haven't seen, we do have new mics. That's been around for a couple weeks now. We have new headphones on order, but it's taken a while for them to get here. I just upgraded the computer system.
So things are nice and smooth.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot less lag just in general. I was doing some updates with the show itself with our lower thirds and just different graphics.
Whatever those things mean. Yeah.
Our name title.
Lower thirds, whatever.
So we're going to be trying to make different changes. With everything going on, I don't know when we're moving the studio or if we are anytime soon. So we're just kind of putting that in the back burner. I'm just going to worry about doing the show as normal, and we'll worry about that when that time comes. Yep. But I'm not 100% sure if even Larry's working on anything at all.
Hey, Constantine.
Hey, Constantine. And
Yay.
Constantine.
Hey, Constantine.
Yeah, he's our fan from Down Under.
Yeah.
He's watching from Australia.
He said he's been rocking the awesome t-shirt. Thanks again.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we sent him a shirt because he's our first Australian fan. So we wanted to show appreciation and do that.
Constantine, love to see you post a picture wearing this shirt somewhere.
He did. It doesn't show his face though, so that's why I didn't post it. Because it could be anybody, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, anyways, I am going to leave you guys on that note. We'll see you guys next week. Next week, our guest is comedian Kevin Bennett, aka French Accent. He was on America's Got Talent and various other things. So he's actually going to be in our pilot too, for the local brewery that me and Ryan's working on. So I'm going to talk to him a little bit about that and about other things he's been doing. And do you have anything before we go?
No.
But you, Chris?
No, guys, have a great week. It's great to be back, and remember to wash your hands and stay inside.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Social distance yourself.
All right, but
away from people.
And thanks for being on the show, even though you can't be here, Chris. I know it was a little strange, but I think it was fun.
Yeah,
it worked out. Yeah. Next week you'll have your headset if we're not in studio. I don't know. I'm still trying to work that out.
I think it went
See
well.
what happens. We'll see what happens.
Well, Jay just now messaged me saying he's ready.
Well.
So if we want to try to do it,
I mean, go ahead.
I guess
10 minutes till 12:30, so
yeah,
maybe early.
I'll jump. Are you gonna take a break, or you want me to jump off?
Just jump off, and I'll
all right, guys.
Him on.
You guys have a great one. Thanks,
Talk
everybody.
to you later, Chris.
Yep. See you next week.
Bye.
So
we thought we were ending the show, but we are not.
Yeah. Well, that's because it took him so long to answer.
Thanks,
so
Allison. Thanks, everybody. But we're not done yet. We thought we were.
Yeah. So give me a second. Let me get him on there.
Because Jay likes to leave us all in suspense, apparently.
I know.
For the
well, I hadn't heard from him all day. So I wasn't sure. Like, I should have maybe texted him earlier.
So, yay. We still get to do that. I gotta
make sure that he's set up on here, too. He should be. He should be fine. So, yeah.
Woohoo, I love random shit going on. This is a good time.
And then we'll get him on the line.
Oops, wrong button.
Okay, that's cool. Give me a second.
What happened?
He wants to call because he doesn't have everything set up for video, even though...
Exactly, throwing curveballs. That's right.
Just always, Just give me a second.
Curveballs.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, there's some weird looking balls. Oh, and I wanted to say while you're messing around over there, happy belated birthday to Sarah. We love you, Sarah. We hope your birthday was a good time. Even though I know we said it already on Friday, but just thinking about it again while we're pausing. Allison said, was he doing his hair? Maybe.
Probably.
It's a possibility. Yes. That probably takes some time for Jay. We all know. All right.
Well, I'm gonna. If you can, please give him a call on the
thingy.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Now I gotta figure out where it is. Calling him. Gotta find him first. Just saying, like it's not me that's taking forever. It's just this.
Yeah.
Taking forever.
Yeah, it's Jay. Val.
What's going on?
I just I couldn't get the Zoom to work, so I thought I would just call in and do play-in with Ballz over the phone today.
Hold on one second. Why did he do that? Well, hold on, Chris. Let me get off here real quick. I'm trying to actually get him on.
I can't believe you even picked up.
Yeah, I did.
All right, man.
All right, bye.
He's silly.
Why the hell, man? Oh, wait. Shit.
You want me to call him?
Yeah, call him. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay. Okay. It's a good time.
Oh, I don't hear him.
Hello?
Hold on one second.
All right.
All right, here we go. We gotcha.
There he is.
All right, so we're going to do your intro real quick. During your intro, shut up.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Do you understand how much harder that was because you did not communicate how you wanted to do this?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do it over the phone.
You never said that,
I
ever.
didn't have my backdrop. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't. You never said that, ever. So,
yeah.
So
Anyways,
that was.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're chilling. Like we're good. We were about to end the show. We were about to end the show, and then you text me at the last minute, and then we had to hurry up and get this together. So, anyways,
right,
what do you have for us with playing with Ballz?
I just want to talk real quick. Anyway, so as we all know, not much sports news. But I do want to say the draft's coming up this week. So that's something we could talk about next week. That'll be a lot of coverage. But I want to talk about the Browns' new but old recycled uniforms. So leave it up to the Browns to announce they're getting new uniforms, but leave it to the Browns to have their new uniforms be just some old recycled shit.
For sure.
So basically, I don't know, Epic, have you seen the uniforms yet?
Yeah, they basically just got rid of the stripe, right? That's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, basically all they did was go back to the uniforms they wore in like 2012.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they did. I was a little disappointed. A lot of fans seem to like it. I get where the fans are coming from as far as liking them because they're going back to the more traditional look.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they could have did a better job. I mean, I think they could have dug a little bit deeper in their creative minds and came up with something better.
Well, I mean, we talked about that before. I mean, even doing like a real dark brown to where it almost looked black and having like a neon orange.
Yeah, or
colors.
Like a white, crispy white with some highlighter orange. That would have been sweet.
Yeah, whatever. But but I guess with orange and brown and white, there's only so many combinations you can do that look good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right though. But you know what though? I think they're gonna look good going back to the traditional look. I think it'll look better though. I mean, I think Odell's jersey will look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. It's your segment.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, just that's it. I mean, that's all the news we have now for sports, pretty much. But like I said, next week though, the draft's coming up. They're still planning on doing the draft. Roger Goodell will be in his basement announcing the picks.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I hope we probably will end up if it's going to be a tough choice. We're sitting at number 10. The Browns are. If Isaiah Simmons is sitting there, he's a hybrid safety linebacker from Clemson. If he's sitting there at number 10, do you take the offensive tackle or do you take that guy? That's the only dilemma I see him having. But I think we'll go with the offensive tackle with the 10th overall pick. There's about 3. They run about 4 or 5 deep. So,
what do you think the missing pieces are that we need to have
offensive tackle?
Yeah.
We shored up the right side with getting Conklin in free agency. I still want him to try to swing a trade for Trent Williams from Washington. He's a left tackle, but he's about 30, 31 years old, so he's not going to be your long-term answer. So you still have to draft a tackle. But I think, yeah, tackle. We need safety, and a few more linebackers. But yeah, that's pretty much if I was the Browns, I'd focus on those main positions right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So is that all you have for us today?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
All right, cool.
Real light today.
Hopefully the sports will be picking up soon. So baseball's I haven't really heard too much more about baseball, but they're supposed to be starting it back up, I guess.
Yeah, I know they were going to do it without fans for a while, but they have been kind of
like teetering on.
Yeah, they haven't really made a decision or like really figured out anything with that yet. So I guess we will see. But thank you for
well, thank you guys. I love you guys. I love the fans.
Yep. We'll hopefully have you guys back in the studio next week. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
Epic Radio Show.
Thank you.
We will see you guys next week like normal. Well, whatever.
I'm just saying, you
you'll
always
see
say
us
I always correct you.
Next week.
You'll see us.
Normal time, normal place, same bat channel.
Yeah.
And On that note, make life epic.
Dear Mr. President, there are too many states nowadays. Please eliminate 3. I am not a crackpot.
Oh, wow, that is terrible. Hasta la vista, baby.
No!
That's my only real motivation is not to be hassled. That fear of losing my job would jump off. That only makes someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
And I sorry for the time.
You all the weak things.
Please leave this office.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
Oh my God, if you're so good. Oh yeah, who's your game?